Okay, let's go. So welcome everyone to Motoko Bootcamp. Super excited to be here. So for those of you that are following online, we are at 42 Madrid. Thank you 42 Madrid for having us. 42 Madrid is a coding school. So we are going to code this week. The goal is to build a DAO. And so this is the main objective of the week, to build a DAO. And to help you build a DAO, there are a lot of resources that I've prepared and the team have prepared. We are going to have speakers from the ICP ecosystem, and you're also going to join a team so you can brainstorm together and get ideas on what we can use DAOs for. One thing I want to say is that this bootcamp happens every month. So every month we have more people learning about DAOs and more people experimenting and brainstorming. We also have past students coming back, which is super cool. So why building a DAO first? I'm super excited about DAOs, maybe a bit too much, but I believe it's the future of work. So how we're going to structure the workforce in the future. And so because it's the future, there are a lot of opportunities to make things different, like different from how it is right now. So maybe for the best. And it's a very emerging sector. Right now, we have seen a few DAOs on the IC and even on other ecosystems pop up, but it's very, very experimental space. So there is not like clear answers on all the questions that you might have, but it's also why it's super cool. And the third thing that is really important to me, I want this bootcamp to be an experimental space because I believe in something called collective intelligence. And I don't know exactly how to make it emerge, but I want this bootcamp to be a space for like collective intelligence to emerge because I believe that we all have a different brain, but if we put people in the right spot, in the right position, and we collaborate, we can make something that is way better than just the sum of all of our minds. And yeah, I mean, let's create the future of the work and also make friends doing so. So that's why you should build a DAO. How are you going to build a DAO? So this is the guided part of the bootcamp. This is to make you learn the basis. This is a course, actually, that is fully online, and you have access to all the resources. There are videos, there are little projects, guidelines. And so this is the foundation of your DAO. There is going to be 5 levels. The first level is about building the foundation for a DAO. So a name, a manifesto, goals for the DAO. Then you will create a database. Then you will create a token, then a voting system, and then a website. All of this is very guided. It's meant to be an introduction to Motoko, the language, and Internet Computer, the platform. But this is not the full extent of what a DAO is. Of course, I just did like a little introduction, and the rest, if you finish the course before the end of the week, it's up to you to experiment, try things. This is just like the basis of the course. So as I said, the course, you have videos on YouTube, and I will show you how you can find them. You have a resource on the GitHub, and also you can ask me any question about the course at any point. So how can you get started with the course? So we have the GitHub, Motoko Bootcamp /DAO Adventure. And so I will show you, it's here. I'll send the link in the chat. So you have basically all the explanations on the repository. The repository is composed of lessons. So you have 13 chapters and 2 appendix. Those are like fundamentals of Motoko, the Internet Computer, and DAOs. So I can show you, for example, how the first lesson look like. This is like a big text file where you have a lot of explanation and animation about this week program. So that's the lesson, and then you have the levels. And so the levels, those are the projects you need to build. So you have a mission, and then you have tasks to essentially implement the mission. So if you are a student from 42, I think I'm not like super into 42 how it works in the inside, but I believe you have similar like projects where you need to essentially implement maybe some functions, and then you have a verification of those functions. For each level, you have a set of resources. So here you have basically everything that you need to read to complete this level. And so you have 5 levels. And after that, the level 6 is more about experimenting and expanding. Yeah, and how do you code? Like, how do you start? So actually, you can use this repository as a GitHub code space. So you just need a GitHub account, and then you can click, you need to sign in. Yeah, I'm not signing right now. So 1 second. So you don't need to actually set up anything on your machine, which is nice. 742. Everyone that is on GitHub has 60 hours of free code space. So 60 hours should be more than enough to complete the levels. And yeah, the first time you will set it up, you will take one or 2 minutes. Yeah, it's always like, sometimes it's very fast, sometimes it's a bit slower.
If it doesn't work, you should start it in a incognito window.
You know what?
Incognito window. That's how it works for me. It doesn't work
Really,
if
but
I'm not incognito.
but if I'm incognito, I'm not logging. So like,
yeah, you have to log in the incognito, but that's how it works for me.
okay, the thing is, let me refresh. Sometimes that's not a good news.
Yeah, do it incognito.
It's big, but not that big. Okay, so let's try incognito. Actually, I don't have my. Oh. Let's see. Yeah.
But it should not take that long, I think.
162.25. I know that I had issues with Brave, but with Chrome, I didn't have issue in the past. No worries. If you're late, everything will be on YouTube. Okay, bon. So seems like our code space is not starting. You can also
maybe you cannot have two windows of it open.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's let's try to fix that later. Essentially, you can also install everything locally. We could do that. We could just copy the repository. So we could do that locally and then do the work locally, but we would need to have the FX installed. So I don't know if you have it. I don't think so. Yeah. In case you have the GitHub code space that is started, you can go to main.mo, and this is where you will be working this week. So this is the main files that you need to use. It's a Motoko file, and so essentially you have to complete the levels. So you can see level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. There are already some code, kind of helper code for you. And then you have just 2 files, which are helpers files, so you don't need to touch them, http.mo and account.mo. Those are just files to help you. I would love if this thing could start. I want to show you how you can deploy your application. Ah, nice. I can see the files. What's the question? Main.mo is in source folder. So this is where you have the code. So account and main.mo. Okay, so let's say that I want to try level 1, for example. So I've done level 1, I've tried level 1. I will do dfx deploy and then playgrounds. This is how you can test your application. Then we need to register on the dashboard. So this is the login platform. This is the platform that you need to use during this week. It's built on the IC. You need to have an internet identity. So if you don't have one, I'll get you how you can create one. It's just a 2 or 3 steps process. Then you log in. So if you don't have an account on Motoko Bootcamp, you will need to input your name, email, and GitHub account. And then you have the dashboard, so you can follow your progress from here. And you can submit your code here. So whenever you're finished with one level, like level 1, for example, you have deployed your application, you have this canister ID. You just input it here, then level 1, and then submit. And of course, I don't believe it's going to work because I haven't completed anything. Yeah, so the test failed. But in case you are correct, this will be validated and you can move on to level 2. So you have 5 levels to complete. That's all you need to know about the course. Then for the rest of the bootcamp, so yeah, register on Motoko Bootcamp, and then you can test locally and online. So I forgot to say, but actually you can do MOPS tests also. So this is how you would test locally. The tests that are local are going to be very fast to run and very detailed tests. But the test that runs online, sometimes the messages that you get are not the best. So always first locally, and then on the platform. Once you are good locally, you can go to the platform. So yeah, really important. I almost forgot, but really start locally. It's fast and easy. And then once you are confident that your level 1 or level 2 is working locally, you submit it on the platform. So once you complete this course, you will receive your diploma. This is going to be an NFT for you, Motoko Bootcamp NFT, and we have way more things coming. So we have a recruiting agency, we have an entrepreneur program for the IC ecosystem. So we have other things after the bootcamp, and this diploma will give you access to all the educational and entrepreneurial initiatives that we have. We use 4 platforms for the bootcamp. So I know it's like there are like resources scattered everywhere, but this is because we need those 4 platforms. So we've seen the GitHub is an important one. Of course, Zoom also, that's where we have the lectures like this one. Then we have the calendar. This is where you need to see all the sessions. So I hope everyone has this link, by the way, like the calendar. This is where you will find all the link that you need to join. So for example, let's say this afternoon we have the mentorship session. You just click here and you can join us. And then same thing with the landing a job in Web3. This is going to be an online session. You can join us here. Collaborative coding, same. You click here to join. Essentially, everything that is part of the bootcamp, all the sessions are on the calendar. One thing, there is a distinction between the physical bootcamp and the online bootcamp. So if you are online, all those sessions are accessible. The one with the little globe emoji, that's sessions that are streamed online. But the sessions with the little camp, this is only for the physical bootcamp. I wish we could all eat together, but that's not something possible on the Zoom right now. So yeah, you have the full calendar of the week. And so yeah, let me explain a bit about like all those sessions. The main one are the speakers. So there will be around 6 to 7 speakers from the ICP ecosystem that will join us this week to talk about different projects. So we have Ben coming for TalentDB. We have Funded coming. So Funded, I will explain later. It's a platform to raise funds in Web3. We have how to gamify your DAO with Eli that is here. We have an open metaverse project. We have a few different projects. Most of them focus around DAOs, but also some of them around NFTs and metaverse. So those are the kind of speaker session. They will join. I will interview them. And so it's going to be super interesting because the people that will join are the people that are actively building for like 1 or 2 years. And so they have a lot of things to say, but they are very, like I've been looking and finding the best builders in our ecosystem and bringing them to the bootcamp. So super interesting session. Make sure to join. Then we have the mentorship session. We have 1 hour per day, and you can join us and ask any question. So if you're stuck on a level, you can join and share your screen. We can troubleshoot you. But you can also just ask questions about Web3 in general. Like if you have any question about how it is to work in the field, what do you recommend for me? All sorts of questions, feel free to join. And we can have an open talk. Then we have the collaborative session. So we have 1 collaborative coding session and 2 collaborative coding session and 2 collaborative brainstorm. The brainstorm, I will ask a question to all of you. You will split into little teams and we'll try to answer like a problem. For example, let's say we want to solve a problem of education. And the question will be, how can we use DAOs to solve this problem? Then you have 1 hour to come up with like brainstorm and some ideas, and then we will come up together and share what we've learned. And that's about it. Then we have coffee breaks every day, so you can join us online just to talk and see how everyone is doing. And yeah, if you have any specific question on like a specific session, let me know. We have Definity coming for the grant program, and we have the closing ceremony on Saturday. So the speakers of the week, there are going to be 7 of them, but just a little preview. We have Evan that is going to talk about AI and how can we decentralize AI. That will be on 22 of November. We have Isaac, which is someone I work with at Colin State. He's going to talk about entrepreneurship in Web3. And we have Eli, which is here on the Zoom call.
Hi.
You have the mic muted, but
I think everyone can hear me though.
I can't. Really? I can't. Okay, it's fine. And Eli is going to talk about how we can gamify DAOs. So yeah, it's on Wednesday. So you have a team which is assigned to you. If you just join on the platform, you will see in your profile, you have a team. For example, me, I'm in the Crispy Chimpanzee team. So once you have selected your team, find your team, make sure to join on Discord. So here you have each channel corresponds to a team. And so, hey, everyone. So your team, there is no specific requirement, but it's very recommended that you talk with your team whenever you have something that you want to share, or if you have an issue. Yeah, make sure to talk with your team because this is like a resource that we have for you. And you can also join one of the voice channel. If you want to be with your team, you can code together. Yeah, I recommend that. And that's about it. So I'll take the questions. I'll also yeah, so we have 3 ICP community members and past graduates. So we have Thiago, Ricardo, and Ellie. So those are amazing community members, and I want to ask them a few questions about like their experience with the Web3 space and ICP in general. Maybe we can start with Ricardo. So
Okay.
Ricardo, I have a few questions for you. Like the first one is, well, how did you hear about ICP first? Then what got you hooked, and how has been the past 2 years for you?
Okay. First of all, hi everyone. Thanks for having me here, Seb, for the invite. I realized the existence of Dfinity and Internet Computer Protocol back in 2016. My dad introduced me and was like, actually not that shiny because I wasn't looking to the tech in that time. Just like, okay, a project, it's cool, but then the bear market crashed everything, and I realized the real and cool existing of the tech in 2021 when I saw some videos of Dominic uh, talking about the vision of the Internet Computer Protocol and how it will disrupt the clouding services with transparency, with decentralization, and that was like, okay, this is the path I need to follow because I actually love new technologies. I saw there new organization models, new governance models, and I think that could get civilization ready to beat coordination failure, and was like, okay, this is my thing. I have to pursue this. So I actually start to deep dive on Motoko and the architecture of the internet computer and was like, okay, this is really hard. This is um, kind of frustrating. But after that, I decided to not only develop, not only code, but actually do other stuff in the meantime. I made an art exhibition in Argentina with more than 4,000 people. And in the code part, it came the Motoko Bootcamp. And it was a massive opportunity for me to learn missing fundamentals pieces that I lacked on IC and Motoko. In that time, regular docs of Internet Computer was um, not that
Yeah.
good, really annoying actually. But Seb and Isaac kind of came to change that, and that was awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure if I answer all the questions, but yeah.
Yeah, no, you answered. Maybe the one you didn't answer is, how have the past 2 years been for you? Um,
Oh, the past 3 years was a, a lot actually. I started with code. I started with I actually released the one of the 10 first collections, NFT collections in the ecosystem. I started a game project. After that, with Motoko Bootcamp, I met a lot of people. This is one of the greatest things of Motoko Bootcamp. You can meet amazing people where you can team up with them. So I created Internet Computer in Spanish. I created Vibrant, is the art exhibition. After that, I have the honor to participate in the Motoko Bootcamp as a student, and after that as lecturer, giving the CRUD, the data structure lecture. I have the opportunity to participate in co-hosting the ICP community conference, being helping Code and State to produce that event in Miami. Yeah, a lot of stuff. It was really awesome, and I feel it's just the start because I recently decided like my my passion in this. It's like governance, DAOs, and public goods. So it's kind of a kickstart. I think I'm going to have this week a little time to create some cool project to in relation with DAOs and governance and
Are
public
you
goods.
going to build a DAO or like some
Uh,
kind of tool?
I hope I can have the time. I will try to do it this week. So yeah.
Okay, let me know, because actually, so one thing, we have a builder section. I want, like, if you want to be added here. So right now we only have overseen from Heli, but the idea is like little project, like not, not big projects, just like an idea that you have, you submit here. And if people are interested to join you, it's in the builder channel. It's more like
Okay.
experimental kind of addition to the bootcamp. And so, yeah, let me know what your project is about. If you want to share, of course, we can add you here.
Yeah,
And,
of course. It's I'm planning to start like it's when people get funded or sell an NFT collection, it's like a way to connect a mini DAO there, so the funds
yeah,
are
okay.
transferred there and the NFT holders control the funds, so the projects can get funded slowly. So people who invest in funded campaigns or in NFTs can control when the when
Okay,
the
yeah,
team gets the funds. Yeah.
super cool. Yeah, I think it's a very good idea. It's like we need those kind of smaller experimentation, because we have the SNS, but it's really like it's usually big kind of DAOs. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool. Okay, and we have you as a speaker this week.
Yeah, I will be talking about Elementum and what we're working. We're working with using BoomDAO. That is an architecture. It's an infrastructure up in in the internet computer to control and merge multiple gaming projects where everyone can participate as a coder, everyone can participate as a gamer, and it's really fun. It's really fun.
Cool, thanks. Do you have any advice for the students of this week?
Well, the advice is take really serious the fundamentals. Don't get it like, okay, this is to-do list. Forget about to-do list and go to the fundamentals. Understand well the fundamentals and then code. That's my advice.
Cool, thank you. Ellie. So Heli is in the same room as me right now. I hope that that works. Yeah, Ellie, you have a specific, very special story to tell, I think. Like very cool story about how you got started with all of this and where you want to go. So if you want to share maybe how you learn about ICP in your first experience at Motoko Bootcamp, and yeah, how was the first bootcamp for you?
Yeah, so hi everyone. So first I want to say to Ricardo, thank you, and I think you should take his advice to learn really well the fundamentals, because that's something I did not do. And now still I sometimes need to get back to very like basic stuff and like, oh, I did not understand that, because I know I could work and I could code, but yeah, still the fundamentals is very important. So, and for me, my experience was that I did not know anything about coding before the ICP. And I just was interested into NFTs, and I knew this tech, and I was like curious about it. And so I bought a few NFTs. And then at some point, Seb came up with the first Motoko Bootcamp, which was like 1.5 years ago, something like
Already,
this.
yeah.
And I did this Motoko Bootcamp. Like I stayed the whole week. It was distance in. I was in Geneva, in Switzerland, where I live, and I loved the whole week. Even though I did not understand anything, I was like asking many questions and tried to understand like how programming works. And after the bootcamp, I wanted to learn programming. So from this point, I did the 42 pool in Switzerland, in Geneva, and it went much better than I expected. So at the beginning, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do only the pool to then I can learn on my own. And yeah, I don't know, I was just curious. I did not know I wanted to do like something. And of course, I still had the ICP in mind, but because the pool, so the months of where you have to give your best to be accepted to this school, went so well. So I started the school, and I started so in October last year. So it was like 1 year ago.
Seb, you need to unmute you because now we can't hear
My
Ellie.
bad.
Yeah. So I finished in June because I wanted to be really quick, and of course I had to live my life next to the 42 school. So I went fully into the school, and now that I finished the common core, it was for me natural to come back to the ICP and start to build. And I did 42 not only because that I learned programming. I also like the gamification aspect of 42 and the social aspect. And I really think that is going to be the future, not only for education, but for any kind of group that we can organize. And gamification can really help to boost engagement. I don't know what you feel about how you are motivated by the gamification of 42, but once you understand, because you live it, you understand that there is huge potential. And I think in the future, in all the enterprise, they have problem with engagement of people. They are coming, they want just to work or to earn money, but they are not so motivated to give their best. And I think even though gamification is not something new, I think what 42 is doing with gamification is bringing it to the next level. And we can use it for any kind of group. So that's one of the main idea behind Overseen, is to bring gamification to different school or different enterprise. That's the big vision. We have to start very small. And with gamification, what I think is really it goes with the DAO, because I think that people who contribute more to an ecosystem, be it a school, they must have also like more voting powers when they decide how the school is being run, and all for the self aspect organization of the school. But it can be used also for a bigger enterprise. And I think that's going to be inevitable future if you understand a little bit the vision. And so yeah, for me I'm very happy to be in 42, and that I'm talking about ICP, because when I'm in Switzerland, in Lausanne, I talk about ICP, it's like, who is this crazy guy about ICP? And now they know because I've been talking about it. But still, now it's nice to be in another 42 and with other students, like I am still, but like I was. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. And
thank you very much.
A few questions. Well, maybe we want to talk about that when you present, but I'm very curious about like Overseed and how did you start it, and how has it been to build on the IC, like for real? I mean, after the bootcamp, like real projects and full stack projects.
Yeah, I can share a little bit now. So we started Overseen in September, and we did not know exactly what are the good ways to build on the ICP. So now I think I will show it tomorrow. We have like a beta version on that is already on chain, but it's very slow because we didn't have the good practice. So now I'm a bit ashamed to show it, because it's like we can use it, but I think if there is more than 30 users, it will crash. But anyway, so now we are rethinking about how we are going to build it, and I don't want to be that fast that we were in September, because we built it in like 3 weeks. And now I think we need to integrate more like the DAO aspect, how we are going to experiment before like doing a platform like this, because it's yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's no point if like we just built and actually we need to integrate this, we need to change this, and yeah, I think it's good to take time, and that's also why I'm here, and also with Seb to think about how gamification, how DAO, the best way to integrate it and to experiment with small groups like the Motoko Bootcamp and yeah, other kind of group.
Cool.
And yeah, so we'll see. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I've been mentoring and helping Ellie a bit with the direction of overseen, and what I've been like thinking about is that we all have this big vision for DAOs. I mean, not everyone, but we kind of starting to see this with DAOs, and there are a lot of DAOs, but I think we are missing really concrete like actions. Now it's not time anymore to to just talk about DAOs. Like we really need to, we have the technology, so we need to take actions and just try things. And I have a few ideas in mind. Like I want to see, little experimentation, like just allocating some resource to a DAO, maybe in form of money or maybe in form of people, and just giving like a few missions to do and see how well it performs and how people are organized, and like, is there drama? Is there like, differences in the direction of the DAO? Are people getting mad at each other? Like how, I think this is so complex topic that it's about people and technology. So technology is easy, but people are not. And I think we just need to try things and see how it goes. Like there's no other way. I think that there is not like a clear answer to how all of this should work. So yeah, that's my take on it. Thanks for sharing, Eddie. Tiago. Olá, tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
So Tiago was also in the first bootcamp, well, the first physical bootcamp that we did, the one in Porto. That's where we met. I was living in Porto at the time. Now I live in Lisbon, but I will come back soon to Porto. And yeah, Tiago, I'm also like eager to hear more about your story. So I know already a few things. You take the plunge recently. So
True.
has been your first 3 months, 2 months,
Yeah.
3 months on the IC building full time.
Yes.
So yeah, can you share?
Maybe I can share the story.
How
And
you discovered the IC, and how was the transition to like being just in the community to being like full time a builder?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was already a web developer. I was already coding for a few years, and but I was also on the outside looking into crypto, and especially to the Internet Computer project. I even had a small investment, and I was really eager for it to grow. And then I received an email, like communication. I was aware of how things were running, and Seb organized in Porto, and I was blown away. Like, how can my small city of Porto actually hold a boot camp? What are the odds? I took a week off holiday, and I think that was the best decision, because it really allowed me to invest into learning and to have the mentors that were on the program to guide me and to understand a lot better the concepts, the fundamentals, as Ellie was saying. And yeah, it's really important to take as much advantage as possible in this week, because after the week we get back to work, we get back to our usual lives, and the rate, it's much slower. So I really took advantage, and at the end of maybe that week or the next week, I was so blown away, because one thing is to be a fan, and another thing is to actually go into the code and actually become a developer and actually see, wow, this is actually much better even than what I was expecting. I really like the service architecture of everything, the candid that you guys are going to learn about. Motoko language was really easy to learn. I really started to see how we could expand into DAOs, into a lot of controlling other assets, much better than other chains. And yeah, this was really cool. I was so excited that after the bootcamp, I decided to change my life and then to be full-time for the IC. I took some months. I had to have a wife, so I had to tell her my plans with time. I also had to discuss with the company, like I really wanted to move out, for them to prepare to hire someone, etc., to prepare the team. So around August, I fully left the company, and now I'm full time on the IC. I have a few projects. It's different lifestyle, but it's something that I'm very happy with, at least for now. I hope to continue to be happy, but it's definitely something that I really enjoy doing because I'm experimenting with things. I'm being able to contribute on my own, and I really feel that I'm at the start of something new, of like a new trend or a new technology shift, or something big is coming, and I feel like I'm the beginning of the wave, which is, I think it's really cool. For some people it's cool, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm very excited for the times to come.
Cool. Yeah, I'm also excited. Can you share a bit about your projects, like the one you have been working on?
Well, I've been working. The sad part of not being full-time is that I need to be a little bit spread around. I contribute to CodeGov, which is an organization that reviews code from Dfinity. Also code that is going to the SNSs, and also other canisters like the Seiki BTC, yeah, the SNS I've told, and a few others. So pretty much we need to always be aware of what code is being released. We verify the release if everything is what they say it is. Also the commits we verify, and it has been a good journey. I've helped also with automatic script that makes some of these verifications automatic, and it has been good. More projects. I'm also in a game. I really like games a little bit, as Ricardo also has a game. On my side, I'm not the founder. I joined the team. It's called Obsidian Tears. It's a 2D RPG game, and it's really cool that the IC allows you to control the assets, and anyone can just open a web page and play the game directly from the blockchain. You don't have any other stack. It's just ICP in there, and your browser is actually getting a Unity build directly from an asset canister, as you will learn what an asset canister is. And yes, so it's really cool that people can actually play the game, mint their items, NFTs, etc. So I'm not full time on that, but I'm fully engaged into that project. And I have also a few other things. I'm also starting some workshops in my local community and trying to help people, like try to gather more developers, because a bit of the problem is that now we have the stack, we have the technology, but we need the entrepreneurs, we need the builders actually. And I do think it's a bottleneck. Now Dfinity is starting to invest with ICP hubs. And yeah, I'm trying to launch a few efforts here in Porto. And actually, if anyone that is watching this, if you ever want to come to Porto, we are especially from Madrid, we are a flight away. And just let me know. There's for sure going to be something cool about IC that we can work on. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool, thanks. That's a lot. I have one more question for you. So you're probably among the four of us the one that has the most like company experience, work company experience. How much time do you think we are away from like really serious DAO that we can work? Because I mean, we're talking about all of this, we are excited, but day to day, it's still very hard, you know, to manage like a project with a DAO. We are very, very early. What do you think are like, maybe one good question would be, what is the most important thing that is missing and that you have had experience in your previous company? Like, I don't know, maybe the management, maybe the some kind of organizational tool. If you have something in mind that you want to share. And
yeah, I could give it a try, although maybe I'm going to completely miss it, but at least it's going to be my 2 cents to the problem. And I think this also comes with the experience, not mine, but at least watching what has happened in Ethereum and many other side projects that people have been doing. I think that the biggest problem so far in crypto ecosystem in general is that you cannot fully control the assets. And something that really excites me, so imagine you on chain on Ethereum, you can put a proposal and you verify who are the people that are giving the votes, and for sure those were approved and refused. Like that is working fine, but it's really hard that you cannot attach that decision to a change in code. And something that I see does really, really well, and you can see already from Dfinity, a lot of the proposals that are there, but also the SNSs, they also have this canister management proposal that usually involves you on your codes, on your laptop, you're just going to say, I want to build this, and pretty much I want to start a proposal, and this is the WASM that I want to attach to the proposal. And it's the code is going to verify and it's going to attach the proposal. But at the end, after everyone approves it, it does change the canister code with that WASM. Like that's, as I am aware, one of the few, not the first projects that actually is doing that. So I think it's going to be huge for DAOs. And I think we are now starting to use it, but now new things are coming up. More assets, I think that we still need to grasp, like automatic payments, maybe. I think it's still missing. Automatic attachments, for example, something that came a lot later on Ethereum is bounties, and actually how guilds are built around like these DAOs that are only focused on work, and pretty much there's a core group that tries to get as much work as possible, and then there's this community that is actually the developers, the designers, etc., that they gather around this guild, and pretty much they share also the profits. So these experimentations are not yet so strong in the IC community. I think it's missing, because although we have the technology, we have the control of the code, but we don't have yet this automatic and make it easy, like escrow system as well. That is easy on the IC, multi-sig wallets. It's not yet fully, it's possible technology, but it's not open sourced, like builders that have coded something and open source the tool. It's not just yet that successful, and I think we still need to work on that side. But after we fix kind of like we are successful in getting the builder DAO, and we also are successful maybe on the services side, it should really explode what the DAOs can do, and yeah, I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
I agree with I think we need more like kind of open building and just solutions for collaborative building with like allocation of resource, bounties. Yeah, just giving it a shot. Like I think I don't think it needs to be a lot of capital actually to make a difference. It just needs to be a little bit, and have a way to manage it. Then it will be an explosion. Because
I want to be part of the solution. Ricardo is also say that he also wants to be part of the solution, and maybe here in this bootcamp there will be people that are super excited to learn more about the IC, and they just, hey, I give my hours to this project, this idea, and let's see how it goes. And yeah, maybe something can be cooked up, and let's see. But it's definitely needed, and something that really excites me, and it has been confirming since the bootcamp, is that there's plenty of opportunities. If you on the IC space and in the whole crypto blockchain industry, there's plenty of opportunities. Like if you really want to make this your life, I think it could be successful if you're really passionate about it and you really want to learn, you really want to put your time to it. I think it's definitely going to pay out. At least that's what I also hope. But what has been confirming since February, January, is that like I now have 4 projects, and I I really cannot handle anything else. And it's that, like, there is definitely a lot of need.
Oh,
so
yes.
it's a good time to come into this space, definitely.
I can confirm that I could have worked for 100 people. For sure, there are so many things to do. It's just like, I think we are in a transition period. Like it's started so small, you know. So it takes time to like move to 1 person and then 10 person, and then, but once you have the framework that makes it possible, I think it's just gonna be very fast. So yeah, excited as well. Cool. Maybe we have some questions from the students here or online. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so the question is what level of coding do you need? So for this program, for the 5 levels, like the foundation of the bootcamp, you need basis of programmation. So you need to know, of course, what is a function, what is a variable. If you know JavaScript, Python, it's gonna be very easy to do. If you know even C, I think in 42 you learn C, you will make it. If you don't have any experience with coding or you are already really beginner, I would still advise you to stick around, because so this bootcamp has kind of 2 sides. There's really this side about like learning the Motoko code, like language, and it's very like very similar to how you would learn other languages. So you need to learn the basis, you need to learn the functions, the syntax, and so on. But there is the other side of the bootcamp, which is really about DAO, experimenting, talking about it, more high-level concepts. So I think what happened with Eli is that even though he had no coding experience, he was really hooked by the rest. So he still learned a ton about DAOs and ICP and internet computer and like how things work. So yeah, I hope it answers the question. If you have coding experience, it's of course going to be very, very easy and not easy, but good for you for the whole program. If you don't, I mean, there are still other things that you can learn about, and you can take the time to finish the program maybe after this week. Like you have, everything is online, so you can do it at your own pace.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And also, because we are a group, I don't know how far you are in 42, but because we are a group, it's going to be support, and we can, if it's much more difficult if you are alone in your room, but when you are a group, you can support, and it's much easier. And what Seb asked, the difficulty is growing very fast. It's not like 42 where you have 1 month, you have to do basic function like we do here. But we can follow. It's not like complicated. It's much easier than C, the Motoko language.
So Thiago has a question for the audience. What motivates you to do the bootcamp? Are you looking for a career change, just for fun, or because of the tech, the potential? Curiosity? How it is. It is something that I can start studying Okay. So the answer is curiosity, and also some ideas of career change. Maybe not now, but you know, to be on the right path for later. I don't know if someone else want to share. More or less the same. Okay, yeah, curiosity and career. Yeah. Okay. Someone is looking for a job, so we have a session today about what are the possible jobs, and like how you can find your path into Web3. There is a question: do we have any YouTube channel that explains the coding from A to Z for Motoko? So all the videos are going to be on YouTube Code and State. So this channel, we have videos about the previous bootcamps. but I do recommend that you. So I'm a bit late. I have to admit. I need to upload like a package of video that I have. It's going to be explaining all of this about how you can do the bootcamp. There will be one video per level to explain what the level is about and what you need to do. And there is going to be also some Motoko mentoring session. So this will be on YouTube, and it will be just a new playlist here. This one is from the previous bootcamp, so you can also check it. Like, there are some sessions about introduction to building with Motoko. So yeah, there are already some videos that you can use. I just want to let you know that more videos are coming, and I will update everyone when those videos are out there. Oh, sorry. So I think the link is like this. Yeah. And I need to add this link on the Discord. Yeah, if anyone has question in Spanish, Ricardo speaks Spanish, and Thiago also. Okay. So okay, so it's 11 a.m. We have the networking session that starts right now. So you need to join with your computer. This is an online networking session, and you're going to be matched. So here, you can click here to join. It's a 30 minutes session. So okay, so you join this link, then you select your microphone, I believe. So this one, your camera and the speaker. And then you will join a networking room. So you are going to be matched with one other person in the bootcamp. And there will be some questions to break the ice. So about Web3, but also about you, what you like in life in general. So yeah, just join this. I think for the people in Madrid, maybe we need to split a bit, because like it's going to be on the computer and you will talk on the computer. So like space around. And yeah, I see you I'll be in the networking session as well. So I see some of you. See you. Thanks, Thiago. Thanks, Ricardo. Thanks, Eli. Amazing,
Thanks
guys.
everyone. Thanks, Seb.